What we're going to do is we're going to look at some of this that's what's on the board. Okay, first we're going to identify what colors are. Okay, what are we looking at right now? You've got white, black, brown. You got blue, green, orange. You got all these colors. But it's funny how this entity that controls everything, they use us, how we're created in the image of God, and then they make us hate each other. Okay, but what we like doing is we do inventories. Okay, and if we follow the roots back to the seed of any phrase or term, then there's your answer. Okay, because for one, what we're going to look at is this phrase right here. Now, where did this spawn from? The news. Came from the news, the newspapers, and the radio. And it is horrible what the leaders have done behind the scenes, this entity, very methodically. Okay, but you hear that and see when they reset this, before we go any further, okay, some of y'all out there have no idea what we're talking about when like they reset it. Like they literally reset society and started over. You know. And when they did, that's when they handed out the addresses. You know, they set up the cities. They set up the towns. You know, and then they started the campaign of the water fountains. You know, people of color can't drink out of the water fountains. And it's like, hold up. I'm just going to show you if you can step outside of who you are right now in here. And I want you to really think, have I been socially engineered to accept a phrase that has no sense whatsoever? Although since it's repeated generations, that's what it means, Matt. No, it doesn't. See, in order to fight sorcery, you have to take power back, okay, from the sorcerers who inflicted this curse upon humanity. This is one small example of what they do generationally. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because listen, this has to do, these machine fountains, those have to do with, it has nothing to do with spring wells. And see, and that's, you're generationally into not even know what spring wells are. In your head, it's like nasty if you don't get something in a can or a bottle that's made by machines. Yet again, do you see that? Those machines that make everything that y'all drink spawns from those machines back then. They're brothers and sisters. They're bloodlines. Those machines are. That AI is. And those individuals, black, white, brown, wherever, when they're not taught that true water comes from the ground with all minerals and cells in it that you need, you're not taught that. And then the water towers were put up high. Okay? And then they never, ever, through these right here, through those, they never taught or talked about where water is, where it comes from, because to get to where we are now, to where literally there's 70% water everywhere. Yet there's water, there's states now you can't take a shower and wash your clothes in the same day. Las Vegas ran out of water, even though they're right beside the ocean, literally. Hypothetically, but they are. They can go spend all this money going to space and everything, but yet they can't spend all that money to go, hey, we're going to get water everywhere. You see, when you get rid of that generationally, you know, there's a number of things that they work on. But what, and this is free. You know, this is free. Should make sense. What do you do for water now? You buy water. What? Who would do that. These. And in your head, you'll be going, well, yeah. See, those individuals don't know they're enslaved, just like we don't. Now, I'm going to ask you before I get off of here, what do all of the colors of us, what do all people of color have in common? We're light skinned, dark skinned, pale, etc. We get burnt the same way. Our skin peels the same way. Everything. Doesn't matter what color of a person that you are. White is a color and brown. See, the thing is this, is when you get into mythology, okay, which is realer than the real deal Holyfield, than your whole existence and everything in your brain that will not allow you to see that. Saturn represents the color black. And what Saturn does is he devours his own children. Saturn is the god of government, banking, numbers, law, agriculture, which is ours, but this is an orb. But over time, which represents Saturn, Time magazine, time. We've been enslaved to this maritime system, but that's a whole nother thing. And Saturn represents the square, town squares, New York, Times Square, Empire State. All empires have fallen, and it's crumbling right now. It's very easy. AC/DC, Back in Black. He's saying I was gone for a while, but I'm back. No doubt. Gwen Stefani, the album The Return of Saturn. Nike, the swoosh, is the ring around Saturn. And Serena was picked because of her color. It's just like right now. You know, it's this, they follow the zodiac. This is what they do. They follow this. You don't understand nothing. They follow that, and it's very real. It's the same way that you would unlock your locker at school. Is that way they unlock demons and shit. Yeah, that's where your locker from school comes from. That's the Wheel of Fortune. Right there. That's the pie. That's the symbol on everything that you see. Okay? And the people that know this knowledge are the ones that have created this generational social engineering of accepting that this term is going to be, even though the term itself specifies all people of color, black, white, and brown. Although now it doesn't, because it's ingrained in them through the Nazi, Illuminati, Skull and Bones, newspapers, radio. When it was reset, it was very controlled. And now, right now, the trans agenda is bloodlines of these mind-controlled generations. So everywhere you see people falling into it, they're not falling into it. They were raised just like you would raise chicken to be slaughtered at Chick-fil-A and to play their part. And as long as it's a sacrifice fly for the Vatican, and it goes right back to home plate. That's where the game comes from, is from sacrificing and going home. Home is Vatican, because it all goes back to the beast out of the sea. So, and I hope, listen, I hadn't watched the news literally in probably 6 years. I don't know. It's been a very long time, because these people are nothing on the prime time. I mean, your local shit, they're just stupid. The prime time is nothing more than mind control. That's it. Every one of them plays a character, and they're put there to lead. They're created to guide each person. Each person has one that they follow. And that one they follow they work together, even though they act like they don't. It's very easy to see it. But see, you get up every day and give your life to that shit, because they forced it in your asshole. Every time you go in Costco, what is there? There's every fucking TV there is, as big as the wall. Screens, projections, 3D, virtual reality, everything to fucking destroy the mind. Everything that you do, your entire existence has been developed inside. And what would that sound like? That's exactly right. You go get your birth certificate and it says commerce. It says agriculture. What the does that mean? That right there. But see, the possessions, which implies sorcery, that you own, backwards NWO, New World Order. Property is a false illusion. The game of Monopoly is over. They are collecting the property and taking the money back. Very slowly, and indoctrinating your children and your grandchildren into this fucking sick Saturnalia, sacrifice everybody, blood sorcery era that is on another fucking level, and they're doing it through Disney. It's insane. And y'all just sit there, he's crazy, and you see the test that we're giving that spirit inside of you right now. Because all you can see is this shit right here. And you can't see the big picture. You can't see it with your eye. See, all this in here is corrupt. It's insane. And all through this, you've had the black false prophets and white false prophets and brown. All up there playing their part. And they're in great, yes. Listen, these structures are not what you think they are. You've been fooled, dummies. Big time. Generationally. And I'm showing you how you just raised like chickens just a few generations ago. And then all this shit it's a lie. All of it. You can't see it, guys. You can't see it because you see it every fucking day. There's your answer. And you'll say, he's crazy. Stop it then. You can't see how it just started from nothing and then technology, and here we are. Every day. And the cities and all this shit food everybody's eating with no love, no care. All this fucking coffee, high-powered energy drinks, and everybody's... You just wait to see what's coming. These are fucking demons they're creating. And they cut that shit, these people are running around like crackheads. Oh yeah, you just wait. All that pride y'all running around with, following that bullshit too. You just fucking wait too. Everybody against the MC, guess what? Payback will be hell. And those of you that are like, holy shit, this man's on fire. And it's like, it ain't me. God's telling you to wake the fuck up. I love you. I gotta eat.